MBNA Thames Clippers, we run like a river bus service. In September I started a marine engineering course where over the 4 years, the first few years I'll be generalising, covering multiple forms of engineering, so mechanics, electronics, welding and such like. And then in the later years I'll be specialising in like electronics and electrical engineering. I had a look around and everywhere I wanted qualifications that I hadn't got. So I decided to start at the ground, come in with essentially saying I had no knowledge to build up my skill set for a career later in life. So I came across the apprenticeship on the IET website, the Institute of Engineering and Technology. So I checked then the Thames Clippers website. I then went on to the interview for the electronics. I was then able to tell all about the company. I was able to impress them with my knowledge and stuff like that, and then my previous knowledge from college was able to help me. I'm enjoying my apprenticeship because every day is different. I get to learn a variety of different skills that I can use elsewhere. I'd say an apprenticeship is a good place to start. You're involved with the team, you get to help out, you learn the different skills, you learn how to communicate with people correctly.
Adam's very keen, enthusiastic. Adam's on an apprentice course, which is great to keep that have that input of marine education to go with the principles for his practical work here on site. The skill sets that we need for our engineers are very broad. They're looking after a lot of systems, electrically, hydraulically and mechanically. So it's key for them to have that fundamental understanding and education from college.
I'm Simon Lofting, I'm Head of Department for Marine Engineering. There's never been a marine engineering course of this kind on the southeast coast of England, so it's really unique and good for the college. And in particular, obviously, for the area that we live with the tidal Thames, it's equally important for those there as well. We need the kind of course that wasn't so much interested in boat building, but a course that was able to keep boats running around the clock 24/7. Because it's a 4-year course, all of the students start off the first couple of years all doing pretty much the same, which covers all the electrical, the mechanical, the hydraulic systems, the pumps, the whole lot really. Adam will choose to go down a electrical route, whereas some of my other apprentices will choose to go down a mechanical route. The reason it's an amazing apprenticeship is because nobody ever thinks about marine engineering. There are really few and far between to find marine engineers out there, so whenever they are trained up all around the world, they're snapped up really quickly. Once they're qualified, they're a lot higher paid than automotive, and a lot more sought after.
I'd like to be able to become a full engineer, be able to look after my own boat in a company and succeed in that.
Something different every day.
Jack and Joe are doing really well. Joe joined us about 18 months ago for work experience, and then as a result of that we then took him on in September that year as an apprentice. And then Jack's been with us about 7-8 months, and he was recommended by one of our engineers who already works for us. Apprenticeships have always been round. You know, it's a great way of upskilling the workforce. It's about giving youngsters the opportunity to grow and develop, and it's not always about going off to university. You know, you can come out with the same qualifications without having the same debt, which I think is quite important to youngsters now. We're in an ageing workforce in particular sectors, particularly in engineering, and if we don't as an industry look at recruiting people from a young age, in 20 years, 30 year time, there's not going to be that workforce for that supply, and we're struggling for that now. So for an employer that's in 2 months, if you put in the hard work now, then you will benefit by having somebody that will stay with you 5, 6 or even 10 years in your employment.